Hello guys. It's a pretty day out here on the farm. It's windy, but today we're trying to get some potatoes planted. These are our leftovers from last year, our leftover potatoes. We had a few store-bought. We didn't realize we had quite that many left over. But we put out some couple of rows here, I don't know, a week ago, 10 days maybe, I don't know. They're not sprouted yet, I don't think. I then planted these two. Steve plowed them as he was plowing or cutting the rows open. I planted these. These are Kennebec, they're a white potato, that whole row, and then part of that row, and then this here, these are yellow. Are the Yukon Gold? Yukon Golds. So we just, I cut the potatoes while he was hooking up the plow. He's fertilizing, put a little fertilizing with him right now. We still got these two more rows to do, which will make us, I think, 6 rows of potatoes, which is plenty. A lot of people say in order to plant potatoes, I know my shadow's over top of this when I'm filming, so you can't see well. We don't ever cut ours ahead and let them scab over. We've been growing potatoes for pretty close to 40 years, and we've never done that. I just cut them like, my hands are still probably half wet. I just cut them just a few minutes ago. They'll grow just fine. They're going to rot in the ground regardless. By the end of the season, they'll be rotted. But they'll stay there long enough to get their sprouts up and get the plants growing, and they'll be fine. So if you're pushed for time like we've been with this weather and everything, and Steve's working a lot of overtime right now at his job, don't stress over your potatoes not being able to set for a couple of days and scab over. If you got time to get them in the ground, then cut them so there's a sprout on each piece and throw them in the ground. They're not going to hurt. Let me show you real quick. I don't have a lot of time because he'll fire me if I don't get busy. We've got just a handful of cabbage here. Actually looks really good. We've got 3 rows of onions. We always grow a lot of potatoes and a lot of onions. Because, you know, if you got a skillet of fried taters and onions, you don't hardly need anything else to eat, do you? And this is that. And that's it, guys. That's all the garden that we have out right now. We're not running behind on the seeds, you know, planting in the ground, that kind of the plants in the ground. But now we normally try to plant our potatoes on St. Patrick's Day, so we're a good month behind according to how we normally plant. I mean, as far as growing potatoes, we're not behind. It'll be fine. We might not have new potatoes quite as soon, but it'll be okay. But yeah, the wind's blowing. I don't know, for some reason we can't get just a good settled pretty day this spring. It's either windy or it's raining or it's cold. And sometimes it's all three. But that's okay. That's all right. Every day the sun's shining and we're up moving is a good day. But we just wanted to pop in for a minute and let you know how things are going here. We might try to put out some cucumber seeds, and I got some squash. I don't know if we'll get them out today or not. We'll just have to see. I think we're about out of garden in this spot. We got that little spot there, and then we got a big spot over there. But I think, are you putting sunflower seeds way down there? He's thinking about sunflowers way down yonder. And then this little middle spot, we'll probably do green beans, and I think we're going to put the tomatoes back over on the other side by the shed this time, I think. He got all the cattle panels down one day. Steve here lays the cigarette lighter on the ground. Let me walk you over here real quick. I just gathered the asparagus a little earlier. I come out and cut it and took it in. Here's a couple that I didn't cut. I don't know if you can see them. There you go. This angle or not. But here's the asparagus patch. Some of it got bit. We had 3 cold nights, and we should have come out. I should have come out and cut it all down pretty low. I've done that before, and it kind of helps it but I never thought of it. And so I've cut all that off and hoping it'll resprout. And look, guys, I think this is fleabane. That's medicinal, by the way. You'll have to look it up. It's a very common wild flower that grows. There's a bunch, I don't know if you can see down there in the hayfield, but it's a very common wildflower around here. Let's take a little peek here in the ham house. Look here. The hams are hanging. Starting to do their sweat, I guess. They have to go through the summer sweat before they're ready to eat. They'll be ready this fall. And we're hoping them are going to turn out well. Don't pay attention to the weeds in the blueberry patch because they've not got tended to yet. But here's the blossoms on the blueberries. The fruit trees are, I think the apple trees got bit. I don't think we're going to have any apples again. We just don't do fruit trees here well. I don't know what it is, but look at my little peach tree I bought 2 years ago. We had a new greenhouse come in the area. Well, it wasn't new, but somebody else took it over. And an Amish family. Can you see the little peaches on there? Some nice ones. I'm hoping to have peaches to put up this year. We love canned peaches. And I'm so hoping to have a bunch. There's the cows out grazing over there. But yeah, that's the way things are looking as far as the garden here. It's moving kind of slow, but we'll get it eventually. But I'm going to sign off now before I get fired from my job. And glad y'all stopped in to visit. Come back and see us soon. God bless.